The legend of Atlantis has haunted human imagination for over 2 millennia, blending myth, philosophy, and mystery into one unforgettable enigma that defies time and reason. Plato first introduced Atlantis in his dialogues Timaeus and Critias, describing a powerful island nation beyond the Pillars of Hercules, now known as the Strait of Gibraltar. He claimed Atlantis existed 9,000 years before his era, a civilization far more advanced than any known society of the ancient Mediterranean world at that time. It was said to be larger than Libya and Asia combined, blessed with fertile soil, exotic wildlife, and abundant natural resources for sustainable prosperity and growth. Atlantis featured concentric rings of land and water separated by precise canals, connected by bridges, and protected by massive seawalls engineered with astonishing precision and foresight. Its capital city boasted golden temples, grand palaces, and advanced urban planning, reflecting a culture of wealth, wisdom, and technological mastery far ahead of its age. The Atlanteans ruled a vast empire with a powerful navy that extended influence across Africa, Europe, and possibly even parts of the distant Americas through maritime exploration. But their growing arrogance, greed, and moral decay angered the gods, leading to divine punishment in the form of violent earthquakes and catastrophic floods from the deep sea. In just one day and night of misfortune, the entire island sank beneath the ocean waves, vanishing without a trace and leaving only stories passed down through generations. Plato's vivid and detailed account made many believe Atlantis could have been real, not merely a fictional parable created for philosophical instruction. Yet scholars debate whether he invented the tale to illustrate moral decay or based it on older oral traditions from Egyptian or Near Eastern sources. Some argue Atlantis symbolizes the dangers of hubris, contrasting Athens' virtue and justice with Atlantis' corruption, militarism, and ultimate downfall through divine retribution. If so, then the story serves as a timeless warning, not a historical record, meant to teach ethical lessons to future civilizations about power and pride. Still, the realism in Plato's description names, geography, politics, engineering fuels endless speculation about its possible truth and actual geographical location on Earth. Over centuries, explorers have searched oceans, islands, and coastlines, from Iceland to Antarctica, hoping to uncover physical evidence of this legendary lost world. Christopher Columbus carried Plato's writings on his voyages, believing he might discover remnants of Atlantis in the uncharted lands of the New World. Many modern theories place Atlantis in the Mediterranean, particularly near Santorini, where the advanced Minoan civilization once flourished before a great disaster. The Minoans had sophisticated architecture, drainage systems, vibrant art, and extensive trade networks, resembling aspects of Plato's description of Atlantean society and culture. Around 1600 BCE, a massive volcanic eruption destroyed Thera, triggering enormous tsunamis that devastated Crete and crippled the Minoan civilization permanently. This natural catastrophe may have inspired the tale of a great island swallowed by the sea in a single, unforgettable disaster of mythic proportions. Though the timeline doesn't match Plato's claim of 9,000 years, the similarities in destruction, seafaring power, and sudden collapse are too striking to ignore. Others suggest Atlantis was located in the Atlantic Ocean, possibly near the Azores or Canary Islands, rising from deep underwater plateaus. These volcanic archipelagos sit atop tectonic hotspots, sparking theories they are the last peaks of a once great submerged continent now lost to time. Geological evidence, however, shows no sunken land mass large enough to support a civilization as vast and developed as Plato's Atlantis ever existed. The idea of a lost continent called Atlantis gained popularity in the 19th century through Ignatius Donnelly's influential book Atlantis, the Antediluvian World. Donnelly argued that all ancient civilizations Egyptian, Mayan, Indian, and Greek descended from a single mother culture, Atlantis, destroyed by a global flood catastrophe. His work inspired pseudo-scientific theories linking pyramids, megaliths, and flood myths worldwide as remnants of Atlantean influence and forgotten technological superiority. Despite lacking archaeological proof, his ideas influenced generations of alternative historians, mystics, and conspiracy theorists fascinated by lost knowledge and ancient secrets. Modern science dismisses such claims due to lack of evidence, yet the romantic notion of a forgotten advanced race remains deeply appealing to the human psyche. Some even propose Atlanteans possessed futuristic energy sources, anti-gravity devices, or contact with extraterrestrial beings, explaining their sudden rise and mysterious fall. They point to underwater structures like the Bimini Road in the Bahamas as potential ruins of Atlantean harbors or ceremonial pathways built with precision. Scientists, however, identify these formations as natural beach rock formations shaped by erosion, not human-made foundations of a lost civilization's infrastructure. Satellite images and sonar maps occasionally reveal strange geometric patterns on the ocean floor, briefly reigniting public hopes of discovering Atlantis at last. But most turn out to be coral reefs, sediment ridges, or tectonic features rather than ancient cities deliberately constructed by a vanished human race. Nonetheless, the deep sea remains largely unexplored, hiding secrets that could one day rewrite our understanding of early human development and history. New technologies like deep-sea drones, AI-assisted mapping, and robotic submersibles now allow us to scan vast areas of the seabed with unprecedented detail and accuracy. Perhaps future expeditions will uncover ruins so ancient and advanced they challenge everything we believe about the origins of civilization on Earth. Until then, Atlantis lives on in fiction, film, and fantasy, shaping how we imagine lost worlds, hidden knowledge, and humanity's forgotten past. Disney's Atlantis, The Lost Empire, and DC's Aquaman portray it as a technologically superior underwater kingdom powered by mysterious crystals and ancient science. These stories reflect our deep fascination with forgotten greatness and the fear that unchecked progress can lead to environmental or moral destruction. Atlantis also appears in video games, novels, and TV shows, often symbolizing utopia, mystery, forbidden power, or the price of human ambition. Its myth taps into universal human desires, discovery, wonder, the search for meaning, and the hope that miracles still exist beneath the waves. Psychologically, Atlantis represents both aspiration and warning, a civilization ahead of its time, undone by pride, greed, and loss of balance with nature. We are drawn to the idea that humanity once achieved heights of knowledge, peace, and technology we can scarcely imagine in today's fragmented world. At the same time, we fear that our own achievements might collapse due to climate change, war, or moral failure, just like Atlantis of legend. The ocean covers over 70% of Earth's surface, and less than 25% has been properly mapped or explored by humans with modern technology. This vast unknown fuels belief that something extraordinary, perhaps even Atlantis, awaits beneath the waves, preserved in silence for thousands of years. Ancient cities once thought mythical, like Troy, Babylon, and Petra, were eventually found after centuries of doubt and scholarly dismissal. Could Atlantis follow the same path, transitioning from legend to confirmed history through future archaeology and underwater excavation? Some researchers believe Atlantis isn't one single place but a composite memory of multiple drowned coastal settlements wiped out by rising seas. Floods at the end of the last ice age submerged entire regions, including Doggerland in the North Sea and Sundaland in Southeast Asia, erasing whole cultures. Legends of great floods appear in cultures across Mesopotamia, India, China, Polynesia, and the Americas, suggesting a shared global trauma from ancient times. These global myths might preserve echoes of real catastrophic events, later woven into Plato's philosophical narrative as a moral lesson for Athens. Alternatively, Plato may have adapted Egyptian records or travelers' tales, exaggerating them for dramatic effect and symbolic clarity in his dialogues. Egyptian priests reportedly told Solon, Plato's ancestor, about a powerful island destroyed by the sea long ago, a story preserved in temple archives. If true, this suggests Plato's account had roots in older traditions, even if embellished over time with philosophical and poetic elements. Still, no definitive archaeological, geological, or textual evidence confirms Atlantis ever existed as described in any historical or scientific record. Mainstream historians and scientists remain skeptical, emphasizing the lack of physical proof despite extensive research and deep-sea exploration efforts. Yet skepticism does not diminish the cultural impact of Atlantis, which continues to inspire exploration, art, and scientific curiosity across generations. It reminds us that truth and myth often intertwine, especially when dealing with prehistoric times, oral histories, and incomplete records of the past. Even if Atlantis never existed geographically, it exists psychologically, emotionally, and symbolically in the human mind as a powerful archetype. It stands for lost knowledge, forgotten ancestors, golden ages, and civilizations erased by time, war, or nature's uncontrollable fury. The enduring appeal of Atlantis lies not in facts, but in possibilities, the belief that mysteries remain unsolved and wonders undiscovered. We long to believe in something greater than ourselves, in hidden truths buried beneath sand, ice, and the crushing depths of the sea. This longing reveals more about humanity than about any lost city. It shows our desire for meaning, connection, and transcendence beyond the ordinary. Atlantis challenges us to question what we think we know and to stay open to the unknown, especially in an age of certainty. In an era of satellites, instant information, and artificial intelligence, mystery still holds power, especially when tied to our origins and identity. Whether fact or fiction, Atlantis teaches humility, that greatness can vanish, empires fall, and memory fades without preserved records or wisdom. It urges us to preserve knowledge, protect our planet, and learn from past collapses, whether real or imagined, to avoid repeating history. Ultimately, the true mystery is not whether Atlantis existed, but why we keep searching for it across oceans, dreams, and centuries of storytelling. Our quest reflects hope, curiosity, and the timeless human need to believe in something extraordinary beyond the limits of known reality. And as long as oceans remain uncharted, ancient secrets lie buried, and stars shine above, the dream of Atlantis will never truly die.